Can I tell my favorite joke of yours of all time again? Can you sit through that again? I'll tell Anthony.
Sit through it.
Okay.
Can I borrow your jacket when I kill a deer?
And, are you going to Jerry Lewis's funeral?
I haven't know that.
Did you know him well?
Not well.
You're one of his kids he talked to?
Not one of his kids.
You look like him.
What's the story?
Okay, the story is this. Here's my favorite joke ever. Maybe ever, and Richard wrote it.
Say it the right way. Don't fuck it up.
Did you write it or Paul Reiser wrote it?
That's funny.
Oh, my God.
You did this on Letterman. He's talking about the fact that in the 80s, boxing matches were stopped too early because...
this is too hip. Don't get this.
It's very hip. So a referee, he goes to a boxing match, and he goes, it was a great match, but the ref stopped the fight way too early. In the first round, the guy got tapped, and the ref went over to the guy and said, who's Fred Travellina? I don't know. It's over. Who's Fred Travellina? I don't know. It's over. You had the cadence like you could live.
To me, he represented the most commercial act. He's dead now, by the way. And then I was on the phone on Sunset Strip.
But it's a good reference.
He came over 2 days later, and he says, "I heard my name on you." You know, he was really.
Was he excited?
Wasn't happy about it.
Why?
In that context, it's pretty complimentary.
Yeah. Well,
Fred Travellina? Yeah, I don't know. Well, you're right.
You're saying a young boxer.
Everyone knows him.
A young boxer wouldn't know him.
I didn't say young boxer.
Punch drunk.
Yeah. You were 12 years old.
I was a little.
A boxer on a standing 8 doesn't remember his name.
You're going up to Alexis Arguello and asking him who. Yeah. He wouldn't know who Letterman was.
You know,
I know I was introing a Fred Travellina story, by the way.
No, I'm glad you opened with it.
We opened with you doing 8 deer jokes.
No, I didn't. No, but worse than what you're doing. And you're right on about these guys who open up in these clubs. They
local stuff.
Come out and do 2 words. Mayor Frowman.
Right, exactly.
And then they go fucking. They're jerking off in the audience and they go crazy.
Like Nick DiPaolo kills everywhere. Great comedian. Yeah. But in Boston,
he knows all the local jokes.
In Boston, the walls move because he's from Boston. That's a small town.
So he knows all the local.
He would imitate a guy who announced like your table was ready at some local steak restaurant. You can't do that in New York. Everybody in the crowd, we're all there at the restaurant in some way, and literally the walls are moving. And I got to go up next and talk about Baba Booey.
Nick knows Long Island pretty well too. Because I've seen him out at Governor's, and he does some stuff that's just
he's like you. He's a real
pure Long Island
true comedian, a real road guy.
Yeah. Because for years, I mean, I recall the first time I saw Richard was one of the Young Comedian specials.
Yeah,
back in
80s,
what they called The Day.
Right.
And just
Smothers Brothers.
Was it Smothers Brothers what you initially went on?
Yeah.
Because I remember
that. You at HBO.
Yeah, no, you were around before that, but HBO when they came out with the Young Comedian
that was
specials,
the first one in '81.
Yeah,
he was on the Not So Young Comedian special.
Can I use that? Let me use that.
Go right ahead.
Let me use that.
Weave Fred Travellina into it.
But it was one of those where
I just got to tell you
was the
something.
guy that
go on.
You were one of those guys that like clicked. It was some of those guys you never remember.
He's
like
a great delivery,
morning,
and
everyone was talking about
that's what happened with
special
me.
And Richard Lewis.
When I saw him, that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
He really was on my radar.
It was Dice did the same thing. And
well, your first special.
Oh my God! Look at that guy.
He looks like a young guy having fun.
Look at this guy.
He looks like he made up the joke right there when he really.
What was that? 81.
81. That was the special you're talking about him.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Now you're 81.
Just look at that.
Look at that hair. That is a mane of hair.
That is fan-fucking-tastic hair.
I look like I had a challah bread on my fucking head.
From the back, you look like Marlo Thomas.
Oh, Jesus, you're killing me. You took my money in Florida.
I got his check. How great is that? I got his check.
I didn't sleep for 3 days. We both do great shows, okay?
Yeah.
I get back. I open up. I have a company as a company. I open up the check, and it says, made out to Walla Walla Bang Bang.
You got my check?
I got your check.
And it's like double the money.
Oh, shit.
So I went fucking nuts.
Yeah, well.
They mailed me the money today.
You got the money?
Well,
I thought I was supposed to give it to you in 5s.
They said if I don't get the money by 3 o'clock LA time, I'm coming back to Florida.
Let me explain something.
Well, they made a mistake.
You know,
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
That's got to be nightmarish, though, when you find out Artie Lang has your money.
I was trying. Yeah, exactly. It's gone.
Don't worry, I'm going to double it for you.
Go to the craps table.
I'm not even done with my show, and he walks on, and they take Hendrix off, the Who comes on. It was so rude.
You were saying goodbye, and you thought they were cheering for you. I wanted you to get applause, so I went behind
They
you.
weren't cheering for me. Oh, they were cheering for you.
Yeah.
I told that story to the 800 people the wrong way.
Well, you were hilarious. I sat in the back, and it was great to hear the same act from the I'm in Pain special in '85.
It wasn't the same fucking
I'm
act.
kidding. It was very, very
Why are you putting me down so much?
You were great.
You stole my fucking money.
I love the fact that I have a relationship with you because you're one of my heroes. You know,
You
one of the few that are alive.
Huh?
You're one of the few that are alive.
I am one of the few that are
How
alive.
did you make it? You look exactly the same. You're thin. You're in shape. How did you do this?
I don't eat, and I don't eat. I have
Like a broad.
I have eating disorders.
Did you really have bulimia?
No, not bulimia. I would just order something like, and then spit it into a bowl. But prize fighters do that to make weight.
Yeah, I know, but you're not a prize
I was like
fighter.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Big deal.
Ralphie May used to do that to make weight.
Oh shit!
You're not a prize fighter.
How did he die? What happened to him?
Well, when you're 700 pounds, he died. He couldn't reach a Toblerone bar. No, it wasn't.
I didn't know.
At one point, I had an issue, but he just was.
You know anyone without
500
an issue?
pounds.
Would you want to even hang with someone without an issue?
Well, you're like a Jewish juggler. You have 5 issues at once or something. What was that?
You got to stop.
His uncle was a Jewish juggler.
Hey,
He worried about 5 things at once.
No, that wasn't it either. You're fucking up great jokes. You're a piece of. You're killing me.
That's what I do.
I get your check at my hotel 4 days without.
Finally,
sleep.
you're making some money in this business.
What the fuck's with you?
You got my meet and greet check. That wasn't for the show. I wouldn't get out of bed for that money.
How do you? No, when we were playing, doing Florida in Vegas, they didn't have us. They had under and over. How many jokes would we get to before we dropped dead on stage?
Yeah, there were a lot of people. It was the only place where both of us probably would not show up.
A lot of people.
Each act would not have showed up.
A lot of people are saying Artie wouldn't make fair. That's a terrible thing to have to say.
You know,
Gambling.
I'm glad you're alive.
Human life.
But I'm close. As angry as I can't. I'm inarticulate. I'm glad he's alive, but I'm equally as disturbed that he's alive when I get back from a gig in a dressing room that only donkeys would have been coming.
I know. I got the nicer dressing room.
Let me just finish.
You did.
And I don't know your fucking company name, and I don't give a shit about it. But when I open my check and see it made out to 4 mules carrying oatmeal.
No. It was 5 Points Posse. It's a gang.
Well, I don't give a fuck what it is.
It's a gang from my hometown, 5 Points Posse.
Yeah, but I don't want your fucking money.
But you're wicked.
Then I get pictures at 1 a.m. Hey, we're gambling, and you're gambling with my fucking money. Some chick, I love you, Richard. You were so funny. I'm gambling. It's 1 a.m. Hearing me and Artie. I said, yeah, you're gambling with now my money, you prick.
I'm the only entertainer who every chick who likes me looks like me. It's very, very disturbing.
Can I use that in Cleveland?
A chick who looks like you would be good looking. You look like...
I'm 70. I'm done, man. I could have a stroke at any minute.
You look better than Robert
God
Redford.
forbid.
Do you Robert Redford lately? You look better than him.
He looks like a woman.
He does. He's transitioning.
Yeah. Robert Redford kind of looks like a woman.
Caitlin Redford.
That's a good thing because some guys get older and they start looking like women.
Yeah.
But Bruce,
A lot of guys who get older, if they're not fucking, they pinch guys' asses.
You got laid a lot. Come on, talk about
I got a beautiful
the
wife.
head of hair like
I
that.
have a beautiful. Yeah, that's
do have
right.
a beautiful
That
wife.
night,
Back then?
That night, who'd you fuck? That night in '81.
It's hard to remember. I can't remember anything. It's a
Wow,
blur.
that's the right answer, by the way.
Well, no, I did all my damage. I got married at 57. I think that's a good
Wow, that is pretty good.
It's the gay way to go.
gay way to go.
Gay way.
What's the joke there? What's the premise?
That George Brett got married late.
What's the premise?
Is that gay guys get married at 57?
Travelina involved in this?
He was implying that you were gay and you just
Yeah,
got married to say, hey, look, I'm not gay.
Right.
It was at 57. Why would you get married?
Never did I ever think that he'd be your interpreter.
Yeah.
You know who he was?
I knew who Bill Boggs was. Yeah, I used to watch him when I had a sick.
Look, there it is. There's
That's your room at the Friars Club.
no, that's my bathroom.
That they named after
Picture
you.
between. So when guys are pissing, they got to look at me.
How many times did Milton Berle say this water's deep?
Everything he signed was about his dick.
I know.
Sign a picture to me. You're a big talent.
Oh God.
He underlined it.
Oh,
But the joke book
Well, he
you
was
got.
proud of his cock.
But well, why not? Better than his jokes.
it is pretty legendary though, having
Really?
the biggest cock in
Well,
Hollywood.
DeForest Kelly, the guy from F Troop, supposedly had a bigger one.
Everyone was the same fucking shit stories.
I know. Yeah, well, that was the one.
Forrest Kelly
Didn't they
was
say, "Let's go into
Dr. McCoy from
Right. Oh no,
Star
I'm
Trek.
sorry. Who am I thinking of?
him
Forrest
too?
Tucker.
Forrest Tucker.
Forrest Tucker.
Yeah, then Buddy Hackett wanted him to go in the steam room and finally have New York versus L.A.
Oh wow,
And the joke is, I'll just take out enough to win.
enough to win. Yeah.
And he took out
Why don't we start singing Lawrence Welk songs now and kill
You know
ourselves?
why Buddy Hackett's cock was depressing? Because it made Sandy Hackett. I'm kidding. I love Sandy. Have you
know
worked with
Sandy
Sandy?
Hackett?
Of course I know him. Anyone who's played Vegas knows Steve Schripp and Sandy
Did he
Hackett.
do like the Rat Pack thing or something?
Did I do it?
Not you. Is that what he
He did
does?
sons of, famous comics.
Really?
So your kid will be out soon.
You might say.
You got an illegitimate kid somewhere. There's a half Filipino.
How I don't have children is
half
unbearable.
Filipino, half neurotic kid. in
But I
Vegas.
used condoms all the time. I was such a
Oh Jesus.
Right, well, look,
Not before '83.
you could have got. Would you be more surprised if you had AIDS or a kid?
This is a hard
How
decision.
about a kid with AIDS?
Isn't it amazing? If we knew that heterosexuals were not getting AIDS,
Oh, they're not.
we could have done all that fucking without
False
condoms.
advertising.
Oh God! Well, I did until '83. Everyone did.
And then what? You stopped. You started using condoms, right?
I was.
You'll love this
sounds
premise.
crazy.
You love it. I told Anthony this, that God,
Terrible.
God tried to destroy the earth with fire and water, and then the third time he said, I'm going to give him a break. I'm not going to make it so obvious. I'm going to hide a virus way up a chimp's ass.
Look at this.
You look at me like you produced and the band played on. You love that joke. You're going to repeat that at dinner.
I'm not going to repeat it at dinner because I'm not
Chimp's
having.
ass, and we found it. Who found it?
You did.
See, that's the right retort. This is the act.
I see. It's
You did, Lou. You're telling me the eyes in that picture moved.
what's up, the chimps?
I found AIDS, Abbott. You're telling me you found a virus. It destroys the immune system. Up that chimp's ass. You look. Why are you thin? You're thin because of what?
I'm having such a good time. I feel like a Monet painting.
There's a reference.
Oh, you don't like?
No, I love Monet, but our
I don't
subscribers,
know who Monet is.
it's tasteless. They have
What's
chips
the name
with
of your company? Four horses pull a mule and rip
5
off
Points
shoes.
Posse. It's a hip hop reference. Get with it.
Get with it. Hey,
Get
Hip
with
hop.
it.
You hate the blacks that much.
I love hip hop.
You don't like hip hop.
Yeah.
What's your favorite hip hop? The Humpty Dumpty dance. What's your favorite? What's your favorite rap song?
Jamming.
Chevy Chase jamming. It's me, Dr. Rosenthal.
Or did I just rip him off unintentionally?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Jesus
do.
Christ.
A lot of people
I
rip off
didn't
Chevy. You like Chevy Chase. You hate Billy Crystal. How much do you hate?
oh,
Billy?
shit.
Just let it all out, like Carlin.
I'm
Carlin's last
not
book?
Carlin. I love George.
I know, but did you read Carlin's last book where he tells
I
everybody to
don't
go
like to read other comics books. I read your book. It was very.
Oh, shit.
No, you didn't. Name one story in
That's
my
a pretty
book.
good insult.
They're in my book.
That's not true.
It was a typo. I was talking about Joey Lewis.
No. I looked in the index, and it had Richard Lewis. It was a Montreal hockey player.
Famous rapper. Is
What
Judge
was the worst name of a club you ever played?
the worst name of a club I ever played? Well, Indianapolis has a club called Crackers, which
Oh,
is
Jesus.
really odd. It's like a club in Harlem being called Back It In. Richard Simmons would come into Howard.
Oh, yeah.
And Howard would like press him on why he's not married. Like, come on, you're successful. It's time.
That's hilarious.
It's time to settle down.
Yeah.
Howard.
Well, just haven't found the right. It's always haven't found the right girl. Yeah,
Russell
the one with
Simmons-
balls and a penis.
I almost had a fist fight with him on television.
If you lose a fist fight to Richard Simmons on TV,
Came into my dressing room
yeah, he came in your dressing room.
on another show. He was naked except for a
What do
little.
you think we have a rival podcast? You can't. Came in a dressing room on another podcast.
Came into a dressing room on a TV show and he
ahead.
had his underwear on with spinners of different fruit, carrots.
Jesus.
Carrots,
Squash.
him.
And he
Very
asked-
subtle.
He asked me to spin them.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
I said, "Get out of my fucking dressing room." So I didn't see him again for a year. Then I was on Regis and Kathy Lee.
Yeah, Penis and Kathy Lee.
And I was on that's funny. And I was the first guest. And he breaks through my appearance.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Walks down a stairwell and starts slow dancing with me.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What do you do?
Decision. I wanted to cold cock him.
Yes.
I
Oh.
knew that would have ended.
Hot cock him.
Plus explaining anything with the word cock in it is a bad explanation.
Right, yeah.
But he was carrying a new hip hop record.
The only part of that story that's not believable is you were the first guest. Don't you think Job?
I'll tell you the worst joke I've ever did in 48 years. I used to play Pips in Sheepshead Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Follow Dice there. Top
Dice
that.
is stomping
He
ground.
was a busboy there when I was there. So I did the
Back when he was
I
Jewish.
did the Bee Gees.
You were banging cheerleaders when I was playing Pips.
You did the Bee Gees.
I was doing the Bee Gees thinking that it was funny, ordering pizza.
Okay.
And I actually put my hand over my ear. I went, pepper. I ordered pizza like, Maurice Gibbs.
Right.
I came off, and the owner says, if you ever do the Bee Gees ordering a pizza again, you'll never play again. You know the story about this guy about...
Now you're doing the Bee Gees still staying alive.
Yeah, it's true. Shakamar.
Oh,
It's almost like we rehearsed this.
Listen to this. Dig this. There was a kid called, he was from Sheepshead Bay. And
I've asked him.
No, he called the owner. He says, I gotta do your club. And they heard that he wasn't that good. He called him every week for like years. So finally, the owner booked a mental institution. All people, their heads were like 3 feet wide. They were drooling. They were sick people.
like real fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
So this kid comes on. Kid Brooklyn, his name was, poor guy.
Oh.
And he comes on, he goes, hey, how are you? And you heard, It was, and George, the owner, said it was the greatest single comedy show.
No one killed harder.
Nobody in history
Yeah.
was funnier.
Until you get hit with 30 retarded kids' shit.
He didn't have the heart to say that everyone was mentally disturbed.
No, he never said because they just.
He couldn't break the kids' hearts, but he said the kids
my
called him for years. How come I can't come back? I got foot travel later this week.
How come you can't come back? One of your kids drove me home.
There was a 3 chromosome minimum.
I
A little technical, but
how about
Thank God I didn't say that.
I waited.
Sitting next to Mr. Judge. Why don't you put on a parliamentary wig?
About the most liberal person ever, Ashley Judd Apatow.
I love he doesn't want to laugh.
No, I want to laugh. You make me laugh more than you're in the top 500.
Oh, stop it.
Parliamentary wigs are very big at the Yankee games now because of Judge.
The judge.
right.
Yeah.
Struck out.
All the kids
What's
were-
the strikeout business?
Yeah, he was striking out last night.
Look like Judge Reinhold.
I thank God.
Where's your shirts,
Two
Piccoli?
things.
What?
That I didn't. One, I didn't say that. Two, that I don't do
depends.
crystal meth anymore.
I got to tell you something before you leave. I have to say, the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, it is back. Yeah,
It's back. I
It's
watched
pretty,
it.
It's pretty edgy. I know.
That-
I know the series this year.
I love it. That
Thanks.
fucking bit, you and Larry David calling each other over, and one won't give an inch to the other one.
We're the same.
Very funny.
Oh, thanks. It's
Yeah.
really a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes, Keith.
Mr. Lewis, if you wouldn't mind, if we could reenact this picture of you and I that's on
Oh,
the prompter
wow,
from
look at that.
Where the fuck?
1996.
Was that during a bust?
That was
It was before I put the handcuffs on you.
96.
1996, yeah.
Look at the young Keith thinking he's going to save New York.
Wow, that's a great fucking picture.
Oh man!
On the corner of
That
Central
Ringo
Park,
Starr shit I'm doing again.
Central Park
Love
South
Ringo,
and
but
6th Avenue.
let him do that.
Where is it?
Central Park South and 6th Avenue.
And 6th.
Wow, it's a great shot, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Look at the ambition in that young cop's face. That went away real fast.
Yeah, when did you retire from the force after this picture? Like right away?
5 years ago, so I stuck it out a little longer.
Wow,
Made
you're
lieutenant.
alive. I'll see you around the
Good
block.
job. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
buddy.
There goes Richard Lewis. Thank you so much.
You're quite a fucking audience.
Yeah. We actually had, 4 people. That's not bad.
Shit.
Yeah, just yell at his chair.
You threaten sometimes. You think you're funnier than you are. You're sick that I've been doing this 48 years. You're scared you won't do it another 20 years like I am. You use fucking puns. You sweat too much. But I love you. Happy birthday.
That's what a sincere, nice little message to Artie's seat. Take it easy, Richard. Thank you, man. Richard Lewis. It's awesome.